Okay, it's been quite some time since I've checked my clones on the branches on the apple tree here, and I decided I better check those because it's running out of time, because they should be in a pot or in something at least a month before it freezes. So we're getting right down there. So I started unwrapping it and I thought, oh, I better put the camera up. So we'll see what we got. I can see roots actually poking out on this side. So looks like we're doing good. Should have brought a pocket knife. I'm trying to find the spot that the tape starts. Anyway, this one's doing all right. It looks. I could have probably took this one off a while back. But it looks. So what I'm going to do, if I can get it, yeah. You can see there's a nest of roots around it, which is good. I'm going to try not to disturb that too much. I can cut this one off if I can do it with this pruner. Come on, I need a bigger pruner. There we go. So you can see, I'm going to back the camera up here. You can see that this one is well rooted. Got lots and lots of roots. So that'll get put in the pot, and I'll trim off. I'll have to trim off one of these. Probably this one. This one's straighter. So I'll cut this one off and prune it up so that I have one stem, and then I'll put it in a pot. Let's look at the other one. I'm gonna lay this down in the sun. In the grass here, and cover it up so that the sun doesn't hit those roots too much. You don't want the sun to hit those a lot, because it'll actually do damage to the roots. Okay, now what I do with my pruners, here we go. Let's go look at the other one, which is over here on this side. This one is up in the air a ways. I'll have to raise you up a little bit. Oops. Trying to put the legs down on the tripod, the one set, or one notch. There we go. And you can kind of see what. There we go. We'll unwrap this one. I think this is the one that I had off and then I rewrapped it, if I remember right. Or did I do them both? I might have done them both. And then decided that they weren't ready. I don't see any signs on it on this one. Where's the plastic start? And the tape. And get the tape off this side. Oh yeah, I see roots there. not as good as that other one, but there are roots hanging here. So it's going to get pruned off. If I can find where they did them pruners. So we've got two of them that'll, I'm pretty sure this one will make it. I'll definitely have to go get my loppers to lop that off. And like I say, it's not as good as the other one, but there are roots everywhere. So I'm gonna go get my big loppers, and then I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I got my big loppers here. Oh, this branch even got an apple on it. I never noticed that. This clone has got 2 apples on it already. So I don't know if it'll do that again next year after getting replanted, but we will see. It may. This one's going to go to a new home. Used to be my supervisor. One of the best supervisors I had, actually. Alright, so there's a root ball there. It's not as big a root ball as the other one. But, like I say, it's got 2 apples on it. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you. Look at there. See, look at here. There's 2 apples on this branch. So now I got to find a pot to put them in, and then I'll put them in. I'll put them both in pots, and then I'll contact him and find out if he wants to plant it yet. If he doesn't want to plant it yet this year, I will take and when it starts to freeze, I'll take it and put it in underneath a tarp and then cover it up with some dirt. You don't want it to freeze thaw. When it freezes, you want it to stay frozen, because if it freezes and thaws and freezes and thaws, that'll kill it. But if it freezes and just stays frozen over winter, and then it'll be fine. As long as it don't get down to, well, this apple tree should survive. So I'll be back when I find a pot to put these in. I'm gonna shovel some dirt in a pot and plant them. I'm amazed. I never noticed that though with the apples on that one. I'm amazed that and the apples are good sized apples. I mean, they're not real small apples. So I see that the end is kind of busted off on that one, that branch, but that's fine. You want apple trees to not grow tall. You want it low so you can pick them. And apple trees are the only trees that I allow to grow that can hit me in the head when I'm mowing. Otherwise, I like mowing or trimming them up to where I can walk under them, but not apple trees. So, anyway, well, I'll just set you down here, and I'm going to go get a pot. Okay, I got a big pot here. Then I'll put dirt in them and this one here is heavy on top because it's got apples. Oh, got one apple now. The other apple fell off. I should probably pick that apple anyway. I don't need to put energy into that apple. So I picked both the apples off of that one. And I'll stick this one in the bucket here also. Now we'll go back to the dirt pile and put some dirt in. You can see my blocks, they're just temporarily stacked there for my pizza oven that I'm working on. I got to get mortar mixed up and then them laid. I was hoping to get them laid yet this fall. Got plenty of dirt back here in this pile, over by my junk pile here. This is actually where I wanted to put another shop, back here. I'm gonna raise up the tripod, put legs down. Okay, I'm gonna raise you up here too. Yeah, it's as far as you can go. Alright. Which one do I want to put in here? I'll put the one with the biggest. I'll put the one with the apple that had the apples on it in the white pot. So remember that. White pot is the one with the apples on it. Well, I'll be able to tell because it's actually a little straighter. Put some dirt at the bottom, stick that in there, put some dirt around it. A little scooper. It's going to get heavy too. I guess I don't need to fill it all the way up. Just a little on the bottom. Almost need somebody to hold it while I do this. Right, so that's how I want it to sit in there. Be careful so I'm not going to break the lips off. Pack it down around it a little bit. Grab my pruners and do some pruning on it. Just my other pruners here. And cut these little nubs off. Let's see, how much do I want to take off? That's probably all for now. More than likely I'm going to prune it anyway, some more. Get one more scoop here. Let's see a spot where I know there's a spot where the ripples are sent out. There. That one is ready to go to its new home. Or get covered up in the dirt pile here for the winter. I'll set it off to the side. What do I do with the pot for this one? Oh, I gotta get the pot. Okay, this is a little bit smaller pot, but that's okay. Still should be big enough. Throw a little bit of dirt down on the bottom. take the tree. This one has a bigger root ball. This one did a much bigger root ball on it. You can see that. Yeah, I suppose I got the camera in the wrong spot. But yeah, this has got a lot bigger root ball. And it looks like some roots started there. So I'm gonna pull out some of this. Now, I could let this one grow, but then it's going to be really crooked. It'd have to lay like that. So I'm going to take this one off right here. That should, it'll actually give it a little bit better chance. So, take that out of there. Let's see. Go off to the side a little bit like that. Oops, put it in. It's nice black dirt here. Nice topsoil. It's my dirt that I usually get about 10 yards of dirt or more. And then I end up putting it everywhere in the yard. And in flower beds. And it's a little bit smaller pot, so it should actually be buried up to there. It'll be alright though. It'll take a couple. That's it. Alright, there we go. Oh, I don't know if I want to set them in the sun or not. But there they are. The white one had apples on it. The smaller one didn't. I didn't get 3 of them like I was planning. I wonder if I could take this little, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to take this little branch here and put some root compound on it and see if I can't get just this little branch to get some roots. I could do that over winter even, as long as it ain't sitting in the sun. I'll give it a try. I got nothing to lose. Yeah, this up here, it's gonna grow. This branch will end up going up, and then this one probably will also. So it'll be forked at the bottom of the tree, which that's okay. Like I say, it's a fruit tree. It's not a shade tree, so that kind of thing doesn't matter. Put my shovel back in the trailer. Go down and look one more time at the tree. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. Maybe. So I will message him and see if he wants to plant it. If he wants to plant it, that's fine. Yet, it's still fine. But if you wait until the middle of next month, no, then it's getting too late, because then it'll freeze before it gets a chance to establish itself. So my strawberry bed with tomatoes, and I grew my radishes in there. I got horseradish and potatoes all mixed together here, and a sunflower. So, and kohlrabi's the little white butterflies. I'm not sure what they're called. Hey, and my wife's, Sue's sunflowers. She grows a little bit row of them every year now. It's the last couple years anyway, and she likes them. So this one here on the end here got lots of little sunflowers, but there's one in there. That one in there is giant. It's a big. It looks like a field sunflower. And there's another one pointing down. I guess I never even noticed that. So I had to clean up my mess here. Prune those branches back to the trunk of the tree. And like I say, 2 apples that were on that one in the white pot. And those are, they are good eating apples too. I mean, really good eating. I'm putting them in my pocket. So, clean up my mess. I'll prune them branches back to the trunk of the tree. And then next year I'll grab a couple more. I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 bottom branches, and we'll see if we can get some more going. You know, I think Sue thinks I'm nuts growing so many apple trees, but I love apple trees. I like them when they bloom, and I like them when I'm eating apples off the tree. So, and right now our crab apple tree up there is really, really good eating. After the freeze, they're not so good. They get not really mushy, but they seem like they're not as sweet. Usually it's the other way around. But right now they are super eaten, and they are so loaded this year they're small. When they're not loaded, they get pretty good size. But this year it's just drooping with them. So, and this tree over here, I thought it was going to die, and it's actually looking a lot better right now. It's only got a few apples on it, a few down here, and then a few way up there, and then this one over here on that side, I don't see any apples at all on it. Oh yeah, I see one. I see one apple up there. And these are, they're all right eating. They're not the greatest. And then my Granny Smith green apple over here, that tree is looking really bad. Had fire blight so bad I had pruned the heck out of it, and then when you prune it, you got to wash your pruning tools. And then I think the neighbor took care of this right here. He must have sprayed and killed off this branch. He's pretty good at spraying chemicals around. I don't use chemicals in my yard hardly at all. I try not to. So he likes spraying his weeds, and then usually they don't wait for a calm day. It's a windy day, and we get wind drift from it. That one there looks like it's intentional. I know he didn't like that branch because it always had apples out on the end and was loaded. Oh well. If it doesn't come back next year, I'll prune it off. And garden, been neglected for a while now. Haven't watered it. The cucumbers here, I couldn't keep up. I was supplying half the neighborhood with cucumbers. So, and then the tomatoes, what I'm going to do this afternoon is make pizza sauce, homemade pizza sauce. I got to find out if somebody wants carrots. I got oodles, way more carrots than I'll ever eat. And I think green peppers too. I think there's more in there than I will actually eat. I like green peppers, but these are supposed to be sweet bells. I'll get in here. You can see under here there's quite a few hanging. I see I got grape tomatoes here. That's a self-starting tomato. I never planted that. It planted itself. So, but yeah, there's peppers hanging all over the place. But these are all supposed to be sweet bell peppers. So, all right. Well, I better go. Let's quit rambling on here. I was just gonna show you the clones of that I took off this tree, and like I say, I'm going to clone that tree as much as I can because those apples are super I mean, they are the best eaten apples that I've ever had. And yeah, you know, the two apples that were on the clone branch are actually bigger than the, look at, they're bigger than the ones that are on the tree. So, go figure. And plus, it doesn't, this tree, I have never seen it just loaded. I've only seen it with just a few here and there on it, so. Which I kind of like. I don't need it loaded. So, planted these here pine trees were only about like that. This is the third year only, so they have grown fast. Other pine trees out here, they're like I want to say 5 years now, 5 years old. Colorado blue spruce, they're not pine trees. These are pine, but that's the long needle pine, but these are spruce trees out here. I had a guy I work with that would correct you on that every time. He says, those aren't pine trees, those are spruce trees, or else those aren't spruce trees, those are pine trees. So I got to learn which ones were pine and which ones are spruce. Oh well. Like I say, I better quit jabbering. Catch you later.